What's up, Cravers? It's your girl Sandy. Today's video, we are creating dashboards for our binder setup planners and or discount setup planners. Hopefully you're interested and continue watching. We will be making a B6 size. In this case, the size needed 5.3 by 7. If you're not interested in doing a B6, do the size that you actually need and make sure to just follow the steps as we go. At this time, make your shape and duplicate that shape and make the second shape smaller so that way you can make this actually like your banner, so that way and make it white. That will be the inside, so that way you can actually have a border. Make sure you go to the top to align center so you know that the two shapes are centered, and that way you'll have a bordered shape. At this time, choose the font and the name that you want on your planner. That is very important, and make sure you move that to the side away from your shape that will create the outline to your dashboards. After you get your font however you want it to look, right now, if you are familiar, in my Vlogmas Day 5, I do a script sticker tutorial. This part is in that video. I will link that video above so you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm doing the same exact thing for now because I need to do the stroke layer around the font to create that cloud effect for the side of the planner. This is Photopea, where I am taking my font and creating the stroke layer, the border around the font, so that way you can give that cloud effect so you can attach it to the border of your dashboard. Once in Photopea, go ahead and make your stroke overlay as big as you want. I was in the 20s when I did this. Make this exactly how you want the border around your font to look. Make it as thick or as small as you want it to be. And as I said, that tutorial for how to use this app is in Vlogmas Day 5, so refer to Vlogmas Day 5 on a tutorial on how to use Photopea. Now that we're back in Cricut Design Space, go ahead and upload that saved image into Design Space. And then you're going to actually save the cut image, which is the bordered image. Save it and then go back and select it and submit it to your canvas. So now that you have your stroke layer in there, now we want to also make sure that it's exactly how you want. If you want to do the full side of the page, that's totally up to you. I switched this to 270 degrees to make it that vertical length. And now I'm adjusting to see how I want this to look with that bordered outline. Same thing, I'm going to use the font, turn it 270 degrees to make the vertical layout. And now I am going to submit this to the front so that way I can line this up on top of the layer stroke to see exactly how I want it to look. And then once you get it to where how you want your font to look, you will push that to the side and you will make that layer unseen. So you would click on the eye on the side once you are okay with how you want your font to lay on that area, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So right now I have nothing flattened or attached. I just have everything layered on top of each other. So I got 4 different layers. I have the font, the border, I have the middle part to the square, and the outside of the square. So here on the side, locate your font, and we're going to click on the eye to make it unseen. That is very important. Unseen that layer. You should not be able to see your font. At this time, have everything that you want on your dashboard to look. If you try to weld it, it's going to make every outline to every image that you have on this. You do not want that because it's not attaching, or should I say connecting to the border. Right now it's 3 images. So the best way to do this is, number 1, get your snipping tool together, and number 2, make your second square that is inside of the bigger square, make that white. Drag your dashboard to the middle. Right now I don't have any of the grids on, so turn your grids off. Snip the whole entire image of your dashboard. Save it, and we're going to re-upload it to Cricut Design Space right after. Once you click and drag the image into Design Space, save it under Complex. And in this case, you want to use your eraser tool and erase the white. So 2 parts, the white on the inside of the border and the white on the outside of the border. 2 places you should be doing. If you like that extra little space in between the stroke layer and the border right there, that is totally up to you. But I left that part alone because I actually did this so that way it would not, it would not catch it. I wanted it all to be connected right there with the border. Alright, as you see, I uploaded, there is no space. We're going to get rid of that original one, move that over, and resize resize it just in case if the sizing changed, which it did for me, to the size that you need. And then this will be your border. So this is the first part of your dashboard. Now we're down to 2 layers. The font you cannot see in this border. Go ahead and hit make it. Now it's time to choose the color vinyl that you want your border to be for your dashboards, and everything that you see in this video is in the link in the bio in my Amazon shop of the different places that I've ordered a lot of material from. Go ahead and check that out. I've decided to use white, and then I'll do a different color for the font. So right now we're doing white for the border of the dashboard. It's always best to get everything off of the mat upside down, because that way you don't bend your dashboard so much, and it helps out way better by pulling it off, especially if you have a brand new mat. That was a brand new mat, so way better. And then start cutting close but around the border of your dashboard. The second color I'm going to use is a baby blue color. That is going to be the font, and then we're going to go back to go ahead and cut the font out and put that together. Alright, we're back on Design Space. We're going back to the font layer that we made unseen. Click the eye to make it visible, and if it's not showing up, maybe because it's the same color, so change the font color as well so that way you can see and make sure that that font lines exactly where it should line up on the dashboard. And in this case, there's 2 things you can do. 1, you can make sure do not make any changes to the font. 2, go ahead and either delete or unseen the border layer, and then move your font over to the top right, top corner, so that way you can just take just one piece of the vinyl. So don't put it in the middle because you're going to waste vinyl. Just put it at the very top. However, you can do it horizontally, vertically, doesn't matter. Go ahead and make that. You need to take your scissors, cut the font out, save the bigger piece for another project, and weed tool and weed out the areas that is not part of the font. Once you get your transfer tape, and also I have my Scotch brand, that's the brand I'm using for my dashboard laminating sheet together, and then we're going to go ahead and pull off the dashboard first, put it on, use your rolling tool. This is also available in my shop. It's rubber and it doesn't scratch up your lamination, so I like to use that, and plus it allows me to roll the transfer tape on really nice. That way I can make sure that it all is together once I want to pull it up. So you want to do like so to use, and this once again is in my shop. So I actually love it. I was pretty devastated when I lost one of them, and then I went and purchased a dual one, a smaller and a bigger one. So now I have 3. So hopefully I don't lose none of them, but I'm going to show you guys how it does help with trying to transfer your border or your vinyl to the laminating sheet. It does help a lot. When putting this on, you want to make sure you are putting this on slowly. I didn't make it perfect, but that's okay. Use your rolling tool again and put it on, and make sure you do not bend any part or scratch any part of your laminating sheet, because it will show. And once you want to go eliminate it, it will show that little dent. So make sure you be careful. Make sure you got all sides pressed down firmly to make sure that vinyl is on there, and then peel up the tape. And hopefully, because I've had vinyl that did not want to stay on the laminating sheet, but this is a good one. So peel up slowly, make sure you ain't doing any extra rips anywhere, so that way everything looks pretty good. And that's why I like thicker borders. If you do a thinner border, you might have a little bit of a struggle time. I'm gonna just tell you that, because thinner borders drive me insane. One little rip or one little pull, it will just drive you insane, and you have to start all over, and it takes nothing but a second. I do save all my scrap pieces, all of my transfer tape pieces, and vinyl pieces, because you may never know when you might need them for the future. So I have a box where I keep everything in that I'm not using at the time. And sometimes when I run out, I go in my box and I'm like, oh, I got a piece big enough for that, and use it. Be extra careful when putting this down. Make sure you line it up exactly how you want it lined up. And then once you got it, press down, and then of course use your rolling tool and roll it out. And there you have it. You have your dashboard. Ta-da! Really excited. and so satisfying when everything goes accordingly. So now we're going to get your laminating machine up and running, fire it up, get it all nice and warm and hot, so that way your dashboard will be complete. It looks really good, guys. I'm so excited for this project. This was hard to do with one hand, so I will run the lamination through once and I will run it again one more time just to be safe that everything is good and sealed. All right, cut around the edges. Do not cut right where the lamination is very close, or you're going to reopen your dashboard and you got to start over. Make room on the side where you're punching holes if you need to. This is how I round my corners. This is also in my Amazon shop. To round my corners, there's small, medium, and large. So that way I like my rounded corners, I do. And now I'm going to punch right where it should for B6. And you see where the punches are actually on the line. If you don't want it on the line, make a lot more room on the side. And that's it. This is how it looks in my planner. Really excited for that, and I'm just showing you a couple examples of what it looks like. And thank you so much for watching, guys. If you guys made this, please be sure to tag me. Alright, and that's it. So I'll go ahead and close this video out, but I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, tag me if you do make this. Ask questions in the comments if you have them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next video. I'm really excited to have a new dashboard.